Good morning, Zack. Maybe just a thought on the game yesterday and playing the second of a back-to-back against a team that you know is going to work and grind.
Yeah, it's important for us to get off to a good start. I think that team over there that we're playing tonight, they work hard, so we have to match that work ethic, and we feel if we do that, more times than not, we'll like the outcome of the game.
How much left wing have you played? I think the majority of your career you've been on the right side, but how did you find that it went yesterday, and how much have you played during the course of your playing days?
I thought, yeah, it was good. I've never played it before, but there's parts of the game where it's a little different than the right side, but ultimately it's not a drastic change. It's just more just figuring out little tendencies that can get the puck a lot easier along the wall and whatnot in the D zone, and from there it pretty much is the same.
Tony Brar, Oilers TV. Hey, Zach, just going back to yesterday's game. On Monday, you guys had a 2-0 lead going into the final frame, and you guys saw it as a missed opportunity. Yesterday, they scored in the first minute of the third period, yet you guys stayed with your game. How much of a boost is that for you guys, either to not sway from your game plan and stick with it?
Yeah, it's obviously not the way you want to start a period. I think they had some pushback in the game, but I think ultimately we stuck with the structure of our game, and the better team won. And I think whether you're playing Ottawa or Toronto, we feel if we play as a team and with our structure, more times than not, we're gonna like the end of the outcome of the game. So it's important that we continue to do that, to continue to grow that, especially down the stretch here heading into the playoffs.
And are you guys now in playoff mode with 16 games left in the season?
Well, there's still 16 games left in the season, so playoff. There's still a lot of hockey to be played. That's 16 games, obviously, that you can't overlook, but you can kind of see the finish line, and we just want to make sure we're on the top of our game, and keep improving as a team and working on the things we need to do to round out our game as a group.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Yeah, Zach. Dave Tippett said yesterday they've been, the coaching staff's been working with you and talking with you and trying you on left wing now. Do you see this? Is there the Oilers are looking for a top six left wing, especially one with some size. Is there some opportunity for you here if you can, kind of make some success out of this move?
I think you guys are reading into something that is a lot smaller than you guys are making it to be. We're trying out new things, trying to make our team better, and I'll play wherever I'm asked to play. That's not an issue at all. So, like I said, I haven't played much left wing, but there's little tendencies in the game that I need to figure out on that side. But other than that, it's not a drastic change. It's not like going from wing to center or center to D. I'm a good enough player. I can adapt, and hopefully I can keep on improving and find a spot on that side if that's where they want me to play.
I think that's as playoffs approach. What certainly fans and probably coaches and stuff are looking for is that Zack Kassian that we've watched play before, right? That's banging, and the other team is focused on him, and he's getting some points, banging in some pucks, and more involved, I guess. I know you had a tough year with a busted hand. Is that something that has to happen with your game? Could you get more involved and be more of a factor than you've been so far?
Well, yeah. If you look, obviously it's not the greatest year that I'm having on the scoreboard, but I feel I can bring other elements to the game that I need to continue to do if I'm not scoring. Obviously, like you mentioned, banging pucks home, that would be nice. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if I'm bringing that physical element, playing fast, playing with speed, hard on pucks, that's an element that can help our team win and ultimately give me success.
Rocky Chkowski, Post Media.
Hi, Zach. When they put this Canadian division together, we all envisioned that if the teams were playing each other a whole bunch of times, that it would be, wild intensity and chaos out there. It's not really been the case. There've been some good hard games, but it hasn't been over the line. How do you see the way that the head-to-head meetings have gone so far in this season.
Well, I think they're good hockey games. If you're looking for brawls and stuff like that, you're not going to find it anymore in today's NHL. The game's a lot different. You take the fans aspect out of it, that's a huge factor. You guys know just as much as I know, if you play a Canadian team at home or away, the atmosphere in the building is phenomenal, and you take that away, that's definitely going to play a little bit of a factor in the emotion of the game. But at the end of the day, I think they've been good hockey games. You're right, we've played this will be our 9th game against Ottawa tonight, I believe, and you're playing the same team, you're playing back to back. It's more of a chess match by the end of the road with these teams. So and the points are so vital. So more intensity, more. I'm not really sure what you want me to say towards that, but it is what it is, right? It's the cards we're dealt with right now, and I think we've done a good job. We're sitting at the top, pretty close to our division at the top, and our goal was to make the playoffs. And as of right now, we're right along that path. So we got to be happy with our efforts.
In these games, with the stakes being so high and the games being so close, you have to walk the line now, don't you? You have to be a lot more careful about guys like Zack Kassian trying to maybe stir the pot a little bit or be an antagonist with. Every penalty could spell the difference literally in a playoff position.
Yes, you definitely have to be smart. You can't go out and be an idiot out there. I think when hits are there, you got to take them. When the physicality is there, you got to take it. But ultimately, we go into each game trying to win games, and we do the best job that we can do to make that close to reality as possible. And I think as a group, we've done a good job of that. And we have to continue that. Like you mentioned, there's 16 games left here going into the playoffs. We want to round out our game. We want to be on a high note heading into the playoffs, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to get better and hopefully hit our peak when the time matters.
Matt from Post Media.
Zack, hindsight's always 20/20, but do you wish you had not fought Gudbranson back in February, considering it wasn't a hockey play, it was off a face-off?
Can you repeat that, sorry?
Do you wish, in hindsight, do you wish you had not fought Gudbranson and hurt your hand, considering it wasn't a hockey play, it was just kind of a fight off a face-off, and it wasn't anybody slammed into the corner or anything like that?
I thought it was a hockey play. I think if you look at the game previous to the fight, there was a lot of pushing and shoving at the end of the game, and he was right in the middle of it, and I thought it was necessary to get that out of the way right away, and that's a part of hockey. So to that question, no, I don't regret it one bit, to be honest.
Okay. And you've only had 15 shots this year. Does your hand have any bearing on that?
Zero impact on if I can get a shot or not.
Oh,
I was six weeks injured. When I'm playing, I'm completely healthy.
Okay, good.
Jack Michael, 630 Chad.
Zack, as you rightfully point out, it's not playoff time yet. And I'm not going to ask you to say, well, is this team better than others you've played on? But how is this Oiler group potentially different than others you've played on in terms of preparing for the playoffs?
Well, I think our top players are older. I think we're a well-rounded group from our specialty teams to our 5-on-5. I think we're better 5-on-5. We don't leak as many chances as we have in the past. I think our goaltending is top-notch this year with Smitty and Mikko. And you look at all those factors, combine all those factors, and you end up with a good recipe and a good hockey team. So you never know. Once you get in the playoffs, you just got to get in. And once you get in, you never know what could happen.
And the follow-up to that would be, you're one of those players who are a little bit older and seasoned. Is there something about honing your game so you're exactly peaking at the right time to open playoffs? Is there anything to that?
Well, you just want to you as a player and as a team, you want to feel confident going into the playoffs. Like I mentioned, you want to be feeling your best as a team and as an individual. You want your confidence to be high. You want team confidence to be high because, like we saw with Chicago last year, whatever team plays the best is going to win, and you don't have a lot of time to find your game in the playoffs. You got to be on right away. So it's important for us to make sure we're peaking at the right time and make sure we hit the ground running when that day comes.
Final question, Paul Gazzolo, Oilers TV.
Hey, Zach. We saw what Connor and Leon did last night, and over the 8 games against the Sens, they have 41 points combined. Are you guys, the players, as amazed at what they're still able to do, just as us? Because it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I've played with them for 6 years now, and it's amazing to see what they do on a day-to-day, even in practice. But you guys get to witness it firsthand in games. I don't think, well, I sure hope so, that Edmonton realizes how lucky they are to watch these two players night in and night out. It's pretty special to be one of their teammates, but they're going to have such long, great careers that me as a player, I'm happy to be able to sit on the bench and watch them play and watch them grow. It's pretty cool to see. And you saw last night the plays they make in the game, from Leon's goal line goal to Connor's goal in the third there. It's those are plays that a lot of players cannot make in the NHL, if not the majority of them. And there's a lot of good players in this league, so it just speaks volumes of the talent those two have.
Thanks, Zach.